Superior Court resumes session. The Honorable Christina Rankin presiding. On record.
Good afternoon. We are on record in 3PA-24-003550CR. Present by phone, we have Ms. Markson from the District Attorney's Office in Palmer, and we have Mr. Moussa, who is the attorney for Mr. Lawler. Now is the time scheduled for a continued pretrial conference. My apologies for having to have it covered by Judge Shackby. Last week I had an unexpected family emergency. I do note that we have 2 motions filed by the defense. I don't see any oppositions yet. Ms. Markson, do you intend to oppose the motions filed by Mr. Lawler's attorney?
Yes, and I did reach out to the defense counsel because we were not a recipient of the motion to dismiss. He indicated that he was having some problem solving Palmer, so he sent me a copy himself, and I got that on March 24th at 2:20 p.m. So the state is now a recipient of the motion to dismiss.
Okay, so you did not receive it when it was filed on the 17th?
That's correct, Judge. And I believe, I'm just going through all my emails to make sure I have the correct dates. Yes, he said he had issues with filings in this case because it's still a Palmer case, not transferred. So he just was making sure that I had received it, and I said I had not. I was reaching out about an offer, as they indicated the offer would expire upon filing any motion work.
Okay, give you guys some context. These are some emails between my lawyers and the DA. This is from David Long at Quackenbush, my first attorney. Hi, Jordan. Any thoughts on this case? Can we get this case dismissed and return his equipment to him? I think 3 judges recusing themselves from this case, and he has a hearing on 4/8/2024. I think it would be best for everyone involved if this case just went away. Thanks so much for your consideration of this matter. Let me know what you think, David Long. This was sent out April 2nd, 2024 at 11:51 a.m. Okay, now the DA responded April 4th, 2024 at 2:15 p.m. Good afternoon. I'm looking into this case. I'll reach out soon. Thanks. David Long responded April 4th, 2024 at 2:27 p.m. Sounds good, thanks. April 10th, 2024 at 3:24 p.m. David Long. Hi, Jordan. Any thoughts on this case? Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024, 12:06 p.m. David Long. Hi, Jordan. We should try to resolve this case. It would be good to get this closed, so we don't have to bring this issue in front of a judge. Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024, at 3:43 p.m. The DA, Jordan. Good afternoon. I'm not willing to dismiss this case, but I would be willing to agree that all the seized items be returned to the defendant upon pleading guilty to the criminal trespass. My offer would be plead guilty, criminal trespass, 10 days in jail, 10 days served, 1 year probation, agree to return all items back. Thanks. David Long, Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024, 4:05 p.m. Hi, again, Jordan. We took a closer look at the discovery, and here are the reasons why we think a dismissal is in order. He was at the courthouse on official business, taking care of a jaywalking ticket, so he was not violating his trespass order. Additionally, he did not do anything which would substitute a criminal trespass charge. He was never asked to leave. He was simply apprehended and charged. This happened when they noticed he was filming, but there is no law against filming in a public place. March 23rd, 2024 at 2:57 p.m. The DA, Jordan. Mr. Long, I disagree with your statement that there is no law against filming in a public place. I'm attaching the statewide order on use of cameras and electronic devices in common areas of court facilities for your review. Officer Long cited to this in his incident report. The order even states a violation of this order and or the presiding judge's directive may be the basis for being removed from the courthouse. A contempt order, confiscation of recording equipment, including but not limited to cell phones, tablets, or other camera-enabled devices, and other devices that capture digital images. Confiscated items will be returned upon complying with this order. I think maybe a disorderly conduct charge might have been more appropriate here. I would be fine amending my original offer and filing an amended information with the court for DC, which is disorderly conduct charge. I would be willing to offer plead guilty, disorderly conduct, 3 days, and that's supposed to be 3 days in jail, 3 days served, 1 year probation, agree to return all seized items back. Okay, let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. Pause it right now and leave a comment. Okay, this is after I fired David Long for legal malpractice. I'll get into that in a separate video. This is October 9th, 2024 at 4:21 p.m. This is from the DA, Jordan. Good afternoon, Mr. Lawler. I had sent this offer to your previous attorney back on 5/23/2024. Since that attorney is no longer your counsel, I wanted to make sure you were emailed the current offer for this case. You are currently charged with criminal trespass in the second degree. However, my offer is for you to plead guilty to an amended charge of disorderly conduct. 3 days served with 3 days suspended, meaning all 3 days would be suspended, so no jail time, 1 year probation, and I would agree to return all seized items to be given back to you. It is informal misdemeanor probation, meaning you don't have a probation officer or anything. Just follow all state and federal laws for 1 year. I will put a deadline of 1 month on this offer. Thanks. You guys see a pattern here? February 26, 2025 at 2:49 p.m. from the DA, Jordan. Good afternoon. I've been for the last 2 weeks on my honeymoon and just got back yesterday. I know I've been receiving some voicemails from you, so wanted to shoot over this offer so you have it. Thanks for your patience. Your client can still have this offer if interested. I'll give her another month for a deadline, and then after that, it will be revoked. Thanks. From Jose, Wednesday, February 26, 2025, 3:32 p.m. Mrs. Markson, thanks for writing me back. Congratulations on your wedding and honeymoon. Where did you guys go? Thank you for the offer and the extension on the consideration of the offer. This case appears to be just over a year old and well past the defendant's arraignment. I was intending to file a motion for relief from the pretrial motion deadline, as I have only been retained and had no opportunity to file any pretrial motions. Would you be willing to stipulate to the motion and provide me a 60-day extension to the pretrial deadline from the signing of the order? Feel free to call to discuss this case with me. Thanks. DA, Jordan, February 26, 2025, 3:43 p.m. Thank you. We went to New Zealand for our honeymoon. I will defer to the court on this. I'm sure the court will accept any motions you may file given that you were just retained, but I will take no position on this. Hopefully we can wrap this case up soon. Looking forward to working with you. Thanks. Jose, February 26, 2025, 3:50 p.m. That sounds awesome. Definitely bucket list location for us. Welcome back. I'm sure your inbox is crazy. I'll be out of your hair. Thanks again. Jordan, DA, Monday, March 25th, 2025 at 10:38 a.m. Good morning. I am receipt of your motion to suppress you filed. I did attempt to resolve this case for a reduced sentence of plead guilty disorderly conduct, 3 days jail, 3 days served, 1 year probation, and agreed to return all seized items back to the defendant. However, this offer does expire upon substantive motions, bail hearings, new offenses, or trial status. Just wanted to reach out as if I responded to the motion to suppress. This offer will be off the table. Please let me know if your client is still interested in this reduced offer. Jose, Monday, March 24th, 2025 at 11:15 a.m. Good morning. I appreciate you reaching out with this. Our client has rejected this offer. He understands that doing so means it's off the table. Did you also get our motion to dismiss? We have had issues with filings in this case because the case is still a Palmer case, not transferred, but being heard through Anchorage. So just wanted to make sure. Let me know. Thanks. Wow, where do they find these people? What do you guys think? Do you think they're trying to get me to take a deal? I think they're kind of desperate. This has been going on for months. I've rejected it multiple times. Let me know in the comments what you guys think this DA's office is trying to do. Are they trying to get me to take a deal?
So he just was making sure that I had received it, and I said I had not. I was reaching out about an offer. As I indicated, the offer would expire upon filing any motion work. So he CC'd me the motion, and we've indicated that the offer expires if there's motion work. So the state does intend to file an opposition within the end of the week.
Okay, and Mr. Moussa, you in agreement that the opposition will be late because of service issues?
I'm okay with her filing that by the end of the week, Judge. She was, so Your Honor, first of all, we're glad that you're back. Hope everything's okay. His Honor, Judge Saxby, was great with us. Only that I came into this case well over a year after arraignment, she was gracious enough to allow me to file my motions despite being outside the 45 days after arraignment. So we're happy to allow her until end of business on Friday for her to file her opposition.
All right, and I'm glad Mr. Lawler has now found an attorney that he's working well with. It's been a long journey, so we're glad you're into it, Mr. Moussa.
Big difference, huh?
Yes. Finally,
Thanks, Judge.
all right, so with the pending motions, I think you asked for an evidentiary hearing. Is that correct, Mr. Moussa?
I did, Your Honor.
All right, you in agreement that an evidentiary hearing will be necessary, Ms. Markson?
Yes, Judge.
All right, should we schedule that now? I think that makes the most sense.
That'd be great, Judge.
All right, so you're expecting to get your opposition in by the end of the week, and then Mr. Moussa about a week for replies. That sound about right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I think the earliest we would be able to do a hearing would be the week of April 14. How about April 16th at 11 a.m.? Actually, can I start a little later, 11:30? April 16th at 11:30. That work for you, Ms. Markson?
I will have to check with officer availability, so I don't know off the top of my head, and I know I'm scheduled to be in trial that week, so I can see if we have coverage. So if the court just wants to set it for that day, and if there's any rescheduling, I can make sure to reach out to your JA immediately to let her know if that doesn't work for the date.
Well, I want to make sure you are at least available. Are you going to be the primary district attorney on the motion? Because I want to make sure you're at least available then.
Yes, Judge. So maybe if we could do something the week of the 21st through the 25th. And then again, I will have to confirm with officer availability, but at least I know that week I would be available and we wouldn't need to find coverage in our office.
All right. Mr. Moussa, does that week work with you?
Every day except for the 21st, Judge.
All right. I can do the 22nd from noon to 2 p.m. Does that work, Ms. Markson?
It does, Judge. If there's anything with the officer, for some reason, if he's on personal leave or out of state for training or anything, I will make sure to notify court as soon as I know.
Okay. Does that work, Mr. Moussa?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. And are you both going to be able to come into town, or would you like us to set up a Zoom link?
I'll be there, Judge.
Ms. Markson?
I'm unsure at the moment, I guess. I haven't had this circumstance arise, so I kind of will speak with my superiors, and as long as I have permission to go to Anchorage, I will plan to be there in person.
All right, I will not set up a Zoom link now then, but if you need one, reach out to Chambers. We can get that set up, okay?
Will do. Thank you, Judge.
All right, with that, anything else to address today, Ms. Markson?
Nothing from the state.
All right, Mr. Moussa?
Nothing from the defense, Judge. Thank you.
And again, I'm glad we are starting to make some steps forward. All right, with that, we'll go for it. Have a good afternoon, everybody.
You too. Thank
Good
you.
afternoon, Judge. Good afternoon, Ms. Markson.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good afternoon.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.